Hi, I'm Matt Zymet, the designer of Hovercraft in a Minefield, Alligator Rescue, and this is a how to play video for the game. It's a solo one-card print and play game that I designed for the one-card P&P contest on BoardGameGeek.com. So in this video, I'll show you what you need to play, how to play and set up, and then the core rules so you can get out there into the swampland and start rescuing some gators. Okay, let's go to the table. Let's start with what you need to play. You'll need one print and play Hovercraft card, 2 blue cubes to track rudder and throttle, 9 red dice and 3 orange dice to use as mines, 6 green dice to represent the alligators, 1 white fire extinguisher die, and 1 12-sided gasoline die. You'll also want a flat surface for gameplay, and having the reference sheet handy will be helpful as you learn the game. First, we'll set up the minefield. Roll all 12 mine dice. That's 9 red and 3 orange. Leave the numbers exactly as they land. Now, arrange them on the table, with about 1 card length of space between each die. Imagine creating hexagons out of equilateral triangles formed by the mine dice. When you're done, you'll have a random but uniformly spaced minefield. Next, set all 3 orange mine dice to show a 6. These represent extra powerful mines that do permanent catastrophic damage to your hovercraft. Now let's place the alligator dice. Start with the 3 highest rolls. Place each of these into a triangle that includes 1 unique orange mine die. For these first 3 alligator placements, each orange die should be unique to the triangle in which you place the alligator die. Then, take the remaining 3 alligator dice and place them into triangles that don't already have an alligator. Now, it's time to prepare the hovercraft. Place your hovercraft card on the table about 1 card length below the minefield, anywhere between the leftmost and rightmost outer mines. Put 1 blue cube on the 0 space of the rudder track, and the other on the 0 space of the throttle track. Set the gasoline die to 12. Place the white fire extinguisher die nearby. Now, roll the fire extinguisher die twice to determine your endgame missions. If you roll the same number twice, re-roll the second die. Use the mission chart to check which 2 goals you'll try to complete. They offer bonus points at the end of the game. Setup is now complete. Before we go over how to play, let's look at a key element of your hovercraft, the rescue bays, and how they work. When you rescue an alligator, the alligator die will be placed in an open rescue bay. When you hit a mine, that mine die will also be placed in an open rescue bay to mark the damage. A mine die in a rescue bay blocks that rescue bay from holding an alligator. Red mine dice on your hovercraft represent fires. These dice can be reduced and removed by performing damage control. Orange mine dice represent permanent catastrophic damage that cannot be reduced or removed. Each orange mine die in a rescue bay reduces your ability to control your hovercraft. Okay, with that out of the way, let's go over how to play. Each round in Hovercraft in a Minefield Alligator Rescue has 3 phases: pilot, rescue, and peril. In the pilot phase, you will first burn fuel, then set a course or perform damage control, and finally, execute movement. To burn fuel, lower the gasoline die by 1. When it goes below 1, remove it from play. If you would need to reduce it and it's already been removed from play, you've run out of fuel and it's game over. Next, you will set a course or perform damage control. You must choose one or the other. You cannot do both. To set a course, you move the throttle and rudder cubes on their tracks to set your speed and degree of rotation, left or right. You have 5 control points to spend on adjusting these cubes. Each point spent lets you move a cube 1 space. For each orange mine dice in your rescue bays, subtract 1 available control point. So starting with 5 control points, if there are 2 orange mine dice on board, you would only have 3 control points to spend, making your hovercraft harder to control. Instead of setting a course, you can perform damage control. To perform damage control, roll the white fire extinguisher die. Subtract the number rolled from the total face values of the red mine dice in your rescue bays. If a red die is reduced below 1, remove it from your hovercraft. Orange mine dice can't be reduced or removed. Remember, you can set a course or do damage control, but you can't do both in the same turn. If you choose to do damage control, you must execute movement based on the existing control settings from the previous turn. Once you've set controls or perform damage control, you execute movement. When executing your hovercraft's movement, you may use standard movement or choose to do a special maneuver instead. To perform standard movement, you move forward a number of segments equal to your throttle setting and rotate left or right based on your rudder setting. You may choose to perform these in any order. To move forward, place your finger at a corner or anchor mark on your hovercraft card and move the card forward by a number of segments equal to your throttle setting. To rotate, place your thumb on the bottom corner of your hovercraft card on the same side the rudder is set to. Then extend a finger in front of the top corner of the card on that same side. Imagine an invisible line along the side of the card between your thumb and the extended finger, and pivot the card around its back corner under your thumb until one of the turning circles at the front of the hovercraft, the one corresponding to your rudder setting, aligns with that invisible line. Now let's look at the 2 special maneuvers you can perform. Each special maneuver requires a specific throttle and rudder setting, which you must have already set during the set a course step of the pilot phase. The first special maneuver is a sidewinder. A sidewinder lets you drift left or right without turning your hovercraft. This can be handy in a tight space. To do a sidewinder, your throttle must be set to 1 and the rudder must be set to 1 left or 1 right. Move forward 1, then drift sideways by half a card width in the direction of the rudder. The second maneuver is a fan brake 180. This lets you quickly spin around so you're facing in the opposite direction, bringing your hovercraft to a complete stop. To perform the fan brake 180, your throttle must be set to 2, 3, or 4, and your rudder must be set to 3 left or 3 right. First, move forward according to your throttle setting. Then, rotate the hovercraft 180 degrees around the front corner opposite the rudder cube. If the cube is set to the right, you'll place your finger on the top left corner and rotate your hovercraft counterclockwise. If it's set to the left, you'll place your finger on the top right corner and rotate the hovercraft clockwise. Rotate it through 180 degrees and stop, setting the throttle and rudder cubes to 0. If your throttle is set to 3 or more and you make contact with an alligator during this maneuver, that alligator is eliminated. To recap the pilot phase, first you burn fuel, then you set a course or do damage control, and then you execute movement, which can be standard movement or a special maneuver. Now, let's look at the rescue phase. The rescue phase is where you'll be rescuing all the alligators. If your throttle is set to 2 or less, and your hovercraft touches an alligator die, you will rescue it. Remember, if your throttle is set to 3 or more when you make contact with an alligator die, that alligator is eliminated. Place the rescued die in an open rescue bay on your hovercraft card. If the alligator is rescued from the center front of the card, add 3 to its face value. If from the front corners, subtract 1. The final value can't go above 6 or below 1. If all bays are full when you attempt to rescue an alligator, that alligator is eliminated. Alligators can also be eliminated in another way. If you hit a mine and there is no open rescue bay to place the mine die, you must choose an alligator already on board and eliminate it to make room for the mine. Remember to place eliminated alligators aside without changing their face value, as this will impact endgame scoring. Now let's look at the final phase in a round. The peril phase. The peril phase consists of moving magnetic mines, taking damage, and assessing your hovercraft. All of the mines in this swamp are magnetic, so the first part of the peril phase is moving the magnetic mines towards your hovercraft if certain conditions are met. If your throttle is set to 2 or less, check for any mine dice within 1 card length of the center of your hovercraft. If there are, move them 1 die length towards your hovercraft. You can eyeball these measurements, and if it's so close you wouldn't be sure without measuring, just resolve as though the condition is met. Next, take damage. If your hovercraft has made contact with a mine die, either because you hit it during movement or if it hit you when moving the magnetic mines, place that die in an open rescue bay to mark the damage received. Red dice represent fires and can be removed by damage control. Orange dice are permanent and reduce your control points. Now, assess your hovercraft. If the total damage in your rescue bays adds up to 24 or more, or all 6 bays are full of mines when you would need to add another mine die, your hovercraft is destroyed and you immediately lose the game. Let's go over endgame conditions. You can choose to end your rescue mission at any time. Once you do, to win, you must exit the minefield completely, have at least 1 rescued alligator on board, and finish with a score of 0 or higher. You lose if you run out of fuel, eliminate the last remaining alligator, take fatal damage, or end with a negative score. To calculate your score, add the number of rescued alligators, their total face value, the remaining gasoline shown on the gasoline die, and any endgame mission bonuses you've completed. From this total, subtract the total number of mine dice in your rescue bays, the face value of only the red mine dice, the ones you could have done something about, and the face values of any eliminated or abandoned alligators. Check your final score on the score chart to see how you did. That's how to play Hovercraft in a Minefield Alligator Rescue. Thanks for watching, and good luck out there.